I recently watched Good Fortune and I thought it was absolutely fine. The movie is directed by Aziz Ansari and this is his first big directorial debut. I haven't watched an episode of Parks and Rec for years, but he was always one of the best aspects of the show in my opinion. Him and Amy Poehler and Chris Pratt are so charismatic and they just make every episode better. I also remember him in the movie 30 Minutes or Less, which is a really bad comedy from 2011. It's trash. But this movie, I thought was very flat for me. I never laughed out loud or found the movie to be very interesting in my opinion. The premise is that a well-meaning but rather inept angel named Gabriel, that's Keanu Reeves' character, switches the lives of a struggling gig worker and a wealthy venture capitalist. It's basically Dogma meets Freaky Friday. The whole time I was watching this movie, I kept thinking about Dogma and how much better that movie is than this movie. Both Dogma and Good Fortune have in common is that they're both confusing religious movies. I think this movie's biggest flaw is how confusing the continuity gets towards the end of the movie with Keke Palmer's character. She's Aziz's love interest, and they don't always have really solid build-up to their relationship. But the whole body switching plot gets mixed in and the movie just gets really confusing towards the end of the second act. I think the first hour of the movie is solid, but I just got really confused with the plot. It doesn't help either that a lot of the actors here are in way better movies that came out recently. I remember when Bill and Ted 3 came out, I remember people talking about how weird it is to see Keanu Reeves go from John Wick to that cornball. Overall, I thought this was really flat for me. If you think you'll like this, you might be right. My expectations were not that high going in anyway. I would give this a 4 out of 10 or 2 out of 5 stars. I've already almost forgotten the whole movie. I also recently watched Tequila Sunrise and I was pleasantly surprised. The movie is directed by Robert Towne, R.I.P. He is most well known for directing this movie and as a writer. He wrote the script for this movie and he was also a writer for the screenplay of the first 2 Mission Impossible movies, and I like both of those a lot. This movie came out in 1988, which is a really stacked year for movies. My favorite movie would be Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is maybe a top 10 all-time favorite movie for me. My Neighbor Totoro is also a close second of the best movies of that year, and it might be my favorite Studio Ghibli movie of all time. Beetlejuice and The Naked Gun are also great. If you're looking for some obscure movies from this year, I'd recommend Akira, Big, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Jack's Back, and 976 Evil. The plot for this movie is Mac McCusick, played by Mel Gibson, is an unlikely drug dealer who wants to go straight. He's not Breaking Bad. His old friend Nick Frazier, played by Kurt Russell, is now a cop who is assigned to investigate and bring him to justice. Mac is very attracted to Joanne, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, the owner of a stylish restaurant. Then Nick gets close to Joanne, attempting to know more about Mac. I think similarly with Good Fortune, the plot for this movie is good, but some of the story details start to fall apart by the end. The A plot of the movie is this dramatic FBI chase for a drug dealer who's connected to Mel Gibson's character, and the B plot is this love triangle with our 3 lead characters. I think once you understand those concepts, the movie is really smooth when the pieces are put together like a puzzle. I discovered this movie completely by accident. I saw a TikTok edit, and the edit shows the best aspect of this movie, and that's the Academy Award-winning cinematography. I hope a 4K Blu-ray of this movie exists because this movie is top tier from a visual standpoint. I'm talking the same tiers of movies like Blade Runner and a lot of great other movies out there. Some shots feel so modern. The houses are also lit so well so that you can see every detail. I find visiting California to be very nostalgic for me whenever I go, and I can't describe how real the set design of this movie felt to me. Besides all that crazy glaze like a Krispy Kreme donut, this is an above average action movie. Kurt Russell doesn't act like he does in John Carpenter movies. Mel Gibson is a great lead character. He deserves winning the audience over. Michelle Pfeiffer didn't do much for me in this movie, I'll admit. All three actors have been in much better movies, but this is a hard-to-beat combo of talent for this movie. I think the other most important actor to bring up is Raul Julia, also RIP. I have never seen him in any other movies besides this, and he's not great in this movie in my opinion. I found him annoying at times, and his character arc doesn't really make or break this movie. I've never seen the Addams Family's movies, so I have no idea to compare and contrast his career to other movies. Overall, this is an above average action movie that looks beautiful, maybe the best traditional action movie from this year that I've seen so far. I rated it a 6 out of 10 or 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. It is better than Good Fortune in my opinion. I pirated this movie, but I believe you can rent it on Amazon Prime. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe.